What would you do if you woke up one day and your entire life had been stolen from you? Not your wallet, not your house, your wife, your son, your identity, everything you are gone. And that's where the dark matter begins. And trust me, it gets so much darker from today. We are doing a full deep dive into dark matter by Blake Crouch. This is a full spoiler review. We are going all the way in the plot, the themes, the philosophy, and what this book is really about. If you haven't read it, spoiler warning, pause now, go read it, and come back again. It's worth it, I promise. For everyone else, let's get into it. Jason Desson is a physics professor married to Daniela, father to Charlie. A quiet, ordinary life. But here's what makes Jason different from most characters. He had a choice. Years ago, he was on the verge of becoming a great brilliant research scientist, but Daniela got pregnant, and he chose family over ambition. Now, another version of Jason, one who made the opposite choice, who stayed in the lab, who sacrificed everything for science, that Jason built a superposition box, a device that uses quantum mechanics to travel between parallel universes. And he uses it to kidnap our Jason, inject him with a drug that clouds his memory, steal his life, and Jason wakes up in a world that isn't his life. Let's talk about the actual science Crouch is playing with. The box is based on a real concept, quantum superposition. In quantum physics, a particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously until it's observed. The act of observation collapses it into one single reality. Crouch takes this idea and scales it up. What if consciousness works the same way? What if every choice you make collapses an infinite number of possibilities just into one lived experience? The box removes the observer. Inside it, you exist in superposition. All universes are available, and that's where your mind is focused. That's where you end up. It's not hard science, Crouch himself admits that, but it's emotionally logic. And in thriller, that's all that matters. On the surface, this is a sci-fi thriller, fast-paced, gripping, unputdownable, but underneath all of that, Dark Matter is a book about identity. The question it keeps asking is, who are you without this life you lived? Jason doesn't know who he is when everything that defined him is taken away. His job, his home, his family, and the terrifying thing is, neither version of Jason is more real than the other. They both made their choices. They both have suffered. They both love Daniela. The villain of this book is also its hero. That's what makes Dark Matter so unsettling. You can't fully hate Jason too, because you understand him completely. He didn't want to destroy anyone. He just wanted what he gave up. He wanted to come home. Now let's talk about the ending. Because it's one of the most creative and philosophically insane finales I've ever read. Every time Jason uses the box, he creates a new version of himself, a copy that keeps living in that universe, while the original moves on. By the end of the book, there are hundreds of Jasons, all trying to get back to Daniela. They are all him, they all love her equally, they all have the same claim to that life. And Crouch doesn't give a clean solution, he gives us a choice. Daniela picks up Jason 1, our Jason, not because he's more real, not because he's deserving, but because love isn't logical. Love is a choice you make, even when there is no rational reason to. And the other reason, and the other Jasons, they disperse. They find other universes, other lives. It's heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. So, what do I actually think of Dark Matter? As a thriller, it's nearly perfect. The pacing is relentless, the concept is original, and Crouch writes in short, punchy sentences, and that what makes it impossible to put down. As a philosophical text, it's not trying to be Dostoevsky, but the question it raises are real. Are you the sum of your choices, or are you something deeper, something that exists, regardless of which path you took? I think what Crouch is saying is this: the life you have right now, the ordinary, imperfect, unglamorous life, might be the one worth fighting for, not because it's the best possible version, but because it's yours. Dark Matter is one of the books that makes you put it down and just stare in the ceiling for hours, thinking about the road not taken, the choices that made who you are, the version of yourself that exists somewhat out there in universe you'll never visit. I'd give it a strong recommendation, especially if you love science, philosophy, or just a really good thriller. Let me know in the comments which Jason did you feel most sorry for, the one who stole the life or the one who lost it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.